Oneyplays!
With friends.
Is that Crash Bandicoot?
Did he just scratch his asshole? This is a
Naughty. He is a naughty dog.
What would you do if he was just picking shit flakes out of his asshole for a solid
what would you do if
3 minutes?
What would you do if he said put on your 3D glasses and he flicked shit at the camera? And what's that guy?
That guy's Daxter, dude.
Looks like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they obviously didn't spend a lot of time on his human character model because he's only in this opening cutscene.
Do you like how every time the camera changes, there's one
Wait,
frame
what?
of the in-between
He's
point?
a human?
Yeah, he's kind of hideous.
Wait, so the plot's that he gets turned into a thing?
Yeah, he falls into dark putty.
He falls into dark putty, and nobody really seems to give a fuck except for him.
Yeah.
I think the dude even like mocks him. He was like, "Well, good on you. You went to the thing. I told you not to go to the thing."
I just realized I never knew the backstory that this guy was a person at first.
Yeah.
It's like it matters. I just didn't know the origin.
I think that's the whole premise of why they're doing anything in this game.
Cause he's a weasel.
Yeah, because Jack's just like, I'm tired of looking at you. Actually, he doesn't talk at all. In
He
this
doesn't
one.
get turned back, does he?
No.
When Jack dies, he sounds like,
Oh! Yeah, he goes, oh!
He's got a really manly voice. She's got good tits.
She does.
I like
has
big,
phenomenal
big
tits.
natural bagoongies.
I like big hard tits.
Big hard fake fucking rocks.
Big brick-like tits.
I love big nippled rocks.
I want it to feel like
I
a
love
cinder
areolas
block.
that take up 75% of the whole chest.
I don't even like tits. I just want the whole like pectoral region to be an areola.
Ugh.
I remember when I was a kid, he says crap right here.
He had a maggot in his mouth.
He's got 17 maggots swarming in
He
his
says the
tongue.
C word. Ooh, he swore.
I like it when little cartoons make sweary waves.
Yeah, the second game
He says
is
fucking cunt.
amazingly edgy.
Really?
Yeah,
He
the
says,
second
he
one.
says "wop" in the second game.
Jack never talks in this one at all, and then in the second one, they like capture him at the beginning of the game, and like Daxter like wakes him up, and the first thing he says is like, "I'm gonna kill Praxis." It's very.
What made them give him a voice?
I don't know.
They also
The
didn't.
second one is like a GTA type thing.
And they didn't call it Jak and Daxter. They called
They
it
just call
Jak
it Jack,
2.
yeah.
What's the worst swear word they say in the second one?
I think that they're kind of on par with like The Simpsons. So they definitely say hell and damn.
They
And
say fart.
I think they say bastard. I don't know.
They
I don't
say
remember.
flim.
Do they say big shit splatter?
Yeah.
Do they say shit splatter?
Jack walks out of the toilet. He slips on his shit. And he
He goes,
says,
"Oh!"
And then he just like instinctually shouts the N-word, and everybody looks at him, and he's just like, "Look, I come from a culture where we just said that all the time. You know, I have lots of black friends."
This guy's eyes just went long.
I remember the first time I saw this lip sync, it blew my mind.
This game did a lot of things that at the time was super ambitious, and now is just in everything.
No, even now, lip sync isn't as good. You have all these weird Mass Effect games where the mouse just flap up and down.
Yeah, that's true.
It's because they're using like the principles of how to animate 2D, I think.
Is that Bulma?
Guys, nobody objectify her for wearing that, please. Nobody say anything.
That's Bulma briefs.
She is set up to be Jack's love interest through the first two games, and then the third one, she's in it for like 3 seconds. She has like 2 lines, and I think that they're copy-pasted from other games. I think something happened with like the voice actress or something, and rather than bring her back, they just...
She might have demanded more money or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't
That's
know.
what
I
happened.
don't
That's
know
what
the
happened
exact
with
story.
That's what happened with Maud Flanders. She asked for money. They fucking shot her off the cover.
Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get
He's upside down. This game is very silly.
Have you guys noticed that every time the camera changes, there's like one frame in between of the in-between point of the cameras? The camera's tweening around really quick.
Yeah. There is that one weird
Oh yeah, I
frame.
just saw it right there.
Yeah.
Every time, look.
We are playing this on the PlayStation 4. So, don't yell at us for that. Yell at the PlayStation 4, the console in existence.
Yeah, this-
and
what-
make sure in your angry letter to the PlayStation 4, the console, to say what were they thinking.
What
Be
year is
sure
this
to
game? What
use-
year did this game come out?
17.
Like 2001, I want to say.
This cannot be the. This is not
2000,
the graphics.
2001.
This is not the 2001 graphics though.
Yeah, it is.
It is, but it's upscaled.
That's still pretty incredible for 2001.
Yeah.
You don't think they improved some of it after the fact?
I was
I
gonna
don't know.
say they must have.
Look how much like squash and stretch they use on this.
Look at his model. I'm just saying I'd be surprised. I'm not. If it is, it is.
It is. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this is. It's not a launch game for the PS2, but it came out very shortly after. Look, it's the special egg. When you reunite the pieces of the egg with the inside of the egg, it's just a circle and it's not special.
That's what my uterus.
And that's what you have to do. You have to go and make it not special no more.
Please do not remove the egg.
That reminds me of Bubsy 3D. That music.
The like.
Wasn't there a new one that just came out?
A new Bubsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
It was just. I think it was literally made just so they could keep the IP or something.
You think, or do you think that they were trying to get Let's Players like you
No,
to play it?
it was definitely the least amount of effort they could have possibly done.
It looked like an iPhone game.
I think it was. I think
Oh, is it literally for the iPhone?
I think it was an iPhone game, and they just put their graphics on it.
What system was it released for? Was it like PlayStation?
It's on Steam and everything. He says, "What could possibly, what could fucking go wrong?"
And then a man comes out behind him and chokes him to death.
Daxter's being rude.
Ugh.
He's so quirky.
You see his body right there?
He does, if you die, he'll like shit talk you. And I always found that a little weird as a kid.
Yeah.
Where like you're a fucking limp corpse and he's like, "Say goodnight, Jack." It's like, what the fuck?
They animated his cloaca up close.
They animated the big seam going from his pussy to his butthole.
You shit semen.
Those little big seam, that little seam you have down your balls, they animate that seam.
I always wonder what is the point of that little seam? What does that do?
If you twist
I think,
the
wait,
bottom
what,
of your
the
pussy,
seam? What are you talking
On your
about?
on your nuts.
there's a seam down the middle.
Oh.
There's stitching.
Yeah, it's like God stitched it up. Like,
Yeah,
it was the last thing he put
it's
together.
like it's like a bad texture meeting.
Yeah. You know, once you rip that seam open, you can't stitch it back together.
Once you open it up, what do you find inside?
Pandora's cock. Yo, editor, spin the screen around real quick. Hypnotize the audience.
Ooh,
Subscribe.
You will watch
Subscribe,
more YouTube
like and subscribe. That looks like my fucking ass. Nah, but really, this game is a classic.
Hey,
As a little boy, I used to wake up on Saturday morning and stare at the asshole for hours and go, "That."
When I first played this game in my review, I was going to say, "What is this? A fucking fart?" But I decided not to say that to not be offensive.
you know when Daxter breakdances when you pick up the egg?
Yeah.
That's cultural appropriation. He does not own that kind of dance.
How do you know?
But then again, he did turn into a weasel.
How do you know
are
what
you
culture created it in this fictional universe?
That's a good point. I don't know that. But then again, you're not supposed to take cultures and
Yep.
put them into fiction.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
You're supposed to make them elves.
You're supposed to make up your own cultures.
You make them elves, and then you can
Why
be as
can't he do a
racist
new
as you
dance
want.
where he says, "I love every culture"? That's what he says when he's dancing.
And he points up and down real quick.
Because this is the sky and this is the floor, and the direction between them, the amount of room is how much I respect different cultures.
Has there ever been a case where somebody looked like they were wearing blackface, but they really weren't, and they got in big trouble over it?
There was somebody that fucking drew on their face with permanent
I
marker,
think that did happen. At some
and they
point.
got it fucking stained their skin somehow.
Forever?
Yeah, I think.
Whoa.
Or at least for a long period of time.
I feel like that's something that would happen.
I swear to God, that did happen. I think that happened recently. Somebody got trolled for. I know that somebody got called a Nazi for having a shaved head, and it turned out they had some kind of rare fucking hair
Oh, I remember
loss.
that.
They look like big hoopy cushions.
They look like big scary boogs. I remember this level. This is called Funzo Beach, and you get to run Funzo down the beach.
What would you do if there was a gigantic bug that came to your house in high heels?
I would, first off, I would
open the door.
if there was a huge bug walking around, I would try to kind of go to the room with no windows and the least amount of doors.
What kind of bug was it?
Yeah, what was it?
Let's just say it's like a big
Cockroach?
cricket.
A cricket's not so bad. They do look kind of scary, but not. They're
If
not.
they were inflated to a gigantic size, they'd be scary. What kind of high heels? Is it like ruby red, beautiful high heels? And it also, is the cricket a woman? Is it obviously a female cricket?
Let's say it's unclear as to whether this thing had it's definitely got cricket level intelligence, but it's got high heels on. So either somebody else put the high heels on it, or it like stomped through a shoe store or something.
Crickets bite, dude. I've been bitten by a cricket before.
They don't bite, do they?
Yeah, I've been bitten by a cricket before.
Why didn't you bite back?
I fucking did. I bit its little.
You gotta establish dominance over the cricket.
If you pour milk on a cricket, they become a milk cricket. And then they produce milk.
That's a little evolution. That's a life hack.
Yeah. And if you drink milk from a cricket, you'll become.
If you suck
You know
on
that
the
they
tits of a
trained
cricket-
goats? They trained goats to produce spider silk out of their titties.
I remember that.
They said, "Goats, you better do it," and the goats did it.